with traditional real estate is it takes forever to buy a house. Like many of you buy a rental. I rent it out and I make like $300 a month. So I finally learned how to leverage other people properties by doing corporate housing and insurance housing.
What are the challenges that sometimes people face when doing this business?
Great question. The challenge is,
what if you could reclaim hours of free time each week, create legacy building wealth, and devote more energy to your passion projects without giving up on your career as a life-saving MD? Dr. Vikram Raya is a functional cardiologist, high-performance coach, and real estate expert, is here to give you the tools, strategies, and solutions you need to transform your life, unlock your limitless potential, and achieve greatness, all while freeing up your precious time. Welcome to Limitless MD. Let's dive in.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Limitless MD. I'm your host, Vikram Ryan. Today, we have a special guest here, Dr. Chau. He's going to talk to us about midterm rentals. He's going to talk to us about the success he's had from going from a PharmD to eventually being a multimillionaire. You know, he's traveled the world. He's done some really cool things. I mean, you've seen that in the background here. If you're looking at the video version of the podcast, he's hung out with Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Richard Branson. He's done some big things. So I'm curious to see what his origin story is. I'm curious to see how he started it all. And I'm very curious to see how his strategies can perhaps help the doctors and a lot of the entrepreneurs who are listening to this podcast. So let's get started. Dr. Chau, welcome, my friend.
thank you so much. I love to be here. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you for the beautiful community, the podcast that you have. It's definitely an honor and privilege to be here.
Absolutely, man. So I'm guessing you shouldn't be on a podcast right now. I'm sure you should have been somewhere dispensing some medications or running a pharmacy. How the hell does this happen?
A great question. So I started my journey when I was from Vietnam. We moved here with absolutely nothing. I was 10 years old. And when I first came to America, I actually didn't know any English, didn't know anybody. All we know is my uncle who worked at a Chinese restaurant. So long story, four of us slept on a one tiny bedroom, and that's how we started in the deep South. So there's really not much going on in the ghetto. And we fought our way, learned English, did everything I can, and I has been taught to become a doctor, right? A lawyer or engineer, like many of you. And that's what I did. So I did everything, sacrificed many years to become a PharmD, doctor of pharmacy, and my MBA as well. So within my first year, I won the Pharmacy of the Year award from a Fortune 1 company, and I thought I made it, brother, right? So I thought I'm gonna take care of my mom, my dad, retire them, and because all the sacrifices that they gave to us. And next thing I know, they sat me down. They gave me a 2% raise that doesn't even, keep up with inflation. And then they cut my staff by 30% because they know that I can handle it. And I started looking at my mentor who'd been there for 20 years. And I was like, I don't want that lifestyle. So there's got to be a better way. So since then, I try and fail probably about 8, 10 businesses since then.
Wait,
I finally
now, Dr. Chau, you're saying you've tried and failed 8 different businesses?
At least, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what they are?
Yeah. So, retail ice cream, right? I have, and then I did anything retail. I tried restaurant too. That was a bad mistake.
What kind of restaurant?
Bubble tea.
Oh, boba tea. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did ice cream. You did boba tea. What else?
Yeah. I did day trading as well, and I hired a boss. I literally had all the monitor, did 12 hours a day and all of that. And I found out that there's a lot smarter teams with a lot smart people, combine, hundreds of them going against a retail trader like me, right? It's not going to work for me anyway. And then I also try like multi-level marketing into like online selling as well, e-commerce.
Okay.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah. So yeah, it was very humbling experience because as we overachieved. We thought we're gonna just make it in any business, but no. Apparently, most of the businesses out there take a lot of time and a lot of commitment, especially when you're working full time, right? So that's very hard to start something while you're working full time. now I
And were you still working as a pharmacist?
yes, I was still working as a pharmacist while I was trying to figure out my way to get my freedom,
Yeah.
right? Because I know there's better way to do things. So I finally learned how to leverage other people properties by doing corporate housing and insurance housing. And that's how I got my freedom and retired my parents, fast forward, and now we build the
When did you start that strategy? What year?
Sorry? What year? That was 15 years ago. Yeah. So not sure what year it was,
So
but
2000, like 2000. I'm sorry, not 50,
yeah.
2010. You essentially
Yes.
moved into this thing. So how did you tell me about the strategy and how did you find it and what is it? How does it work?
Yeah, so the strategy is you get cash flow equal freedom, right? So the challenge with traditional real estate is it takes forever to buy a house. Like many of you buy a rental, I rent it out and I make like $300 a month. And back then I needed 10,000 to make freedom, which is about 20,000 today. So I did the math. It took me like 3 years to buy one house, or 3 to 5 years. And then it would take me $300, I only make $300. I need 33 properties. So you do the math, that's 100 years to 150 years. Okay. I don't want to wait that long. So the next best thing is to leverage other people's property by doing arbitrage, which means you can rent a house at this price, let's say 3 or 4,000, and then you can sublease, you can furnish it, add value, furnish it, Wi-Fi, all that, and then you can sublet it out for double. So usually on average, you make about $2,000 to $3,000 a month per property.
Wow.
So if you just need 20,000, all you need is 10 properties. And if you do 2 deals a month, you can get them in 5 months. Whereas traditional real estate, for you to buy 10 houses that are cash flowing 2,000 a month is like impossible. If you want to do it, it's gonna take like, at least 10 years or 20 years. So yeah.
Okay, so if I can understand you, Dr. Chau, you're saying that you get someone who already owns a property, and let's just use real cities and real places. So let's say someone owns a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Atlanta near Emory University Hospital, right? So maybe you want to rent it out to a nurse or a doctor who's doing visiting, locums, whatever, kind of work. So what you would do is you'd maybe rent the house yourself for $2,000 and pay a 1-year, lease to rent out the house for 1 year, and then you'd sublease it to traveling nurses, but you'd furnish it yourself as the subleaser.
Yes. That's right. That's right. But not just
they don't care. Do they care the fact that you're subleasing?
They care as ways of doing it so that would make it a win-win for them.
Okay,
right?
so
that's
let them know ahead of time that you're planning to do this strategy. Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's in writing. Everything is legal. It's been done for a long time. Most people, it's called a master lease in commercial. They just don't do it in residential, right? But now they do. Okay. So the reason why the landlord would love to do it with us is, one, we're gonna take care of the property like it's our own, right? So it's not like a regular tenant who they don't care and they wear and tear the property. We're gonna keep it in tip-top shape. Number two, we get professionally clean every couple months, every few months, and inspected and everything like that. We pay for it, right? And then number three, any maintenance under $200 a month, we're actually gonna take care of it. We're not even gonna bother them in the middle of the night or whatever. You basically getting like a free manager on top of everything, right? Okay. And then we got corporate. The last thing, we got corporate clients and also insurance clients. So traveling nurses are great, but we also have like insurance families who are going through a disaster or their home being renovated. So they're already homeowners. They're gonna take care of the property, or it's a big company and they're gonna not gonna mess around with the rent. They always pay. We have zero eviction for the past 10 years doing this.
So yeah, now that you mention it, I remember someone broke into our home a couple of years ago. Yeah, it was unfortunate, but they really messed up our house, and so we filed the insurance claim, and the insurance company put us into a nice amenitized housing, fully furnished, luxury housing, and it was really cool. We got to stay, I think 2 weeks while they renovated the house.
Oh, nice, exactly. Good, yeah, and they take care of everything for you, right?
Yeah.
And 2 weeks is very small. Usually our average is 3 months to 6 months with a 90% extension rate.
Okay. Okay.
So usually renovation almost never finish on time, as you guys know, right?
So
So
it's
they
a
always
very unique thing because one, it doesn't require that much capital then to do this. How much capital would it, like, let's say a doctor wants to start this business. Can you walk me through the first 5 to 6 steps you would need to do this?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that's we call it the four-step proprietary system is FAST method, FAST. F is finding the right location, right? A is asked to sublet, S is set up to stand out, and then T is to tap into the corporate clients.
Mm.
So, and to find the right location, there are three secrets. It's called the three H's: is highways, hospitals, and hotels. So when two highway intersect, where attention flow, money flow. So when two highway intersect, that's where you're gonna find usually a hospital put down $1 billion to build one, or a hotel put down hundreds of millions of dollars to build one, right? So they already done their market research for us. We don't have to, you see, and the government already done their work for us. So if you're in the vicinity of those three H's, you have a pretty good chance of it to be a successful location for you. And then after you analyze the location, oh, and the sweet spot for the home is 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. That's what you're looking for. At least 3 bedroom and 2 bath. Why? Because you are competing against hotels, right? So a company have 4 employees. They rent 4 hotels. They're gonna double what you're gonna rent out a house for them. So you're saving company 50 to 70% of their housing, allocation. And then also insurance families, they don't want to stay in a hotel with kids, with dogs. Nobody want to do that. So that's why you want a single family home in good neighborhood for this. And that's the best. Now you can still do this with multifamily. I know a lot of you guys have multifamily. You can still do this with apartments and all of that. That's great. Keep doing that. You can still scale that. That's very scalable as well. But if you want to do this yourself personally, leverage. If you don't have multifamily, then go out. Single family is the way to go.
Oh, that's awesome. Can you tell us about some of your clients and their success stories? Like anyone who's,
Yeah.
especially any physicians who've done this?
Yeah, absolutely. We have actually a lot of medical professionals, like physicians, also nurses as well is good fit too. And a lot of them are very professional. They're lawyer as well, working very hard, like 68 hours a week, like you guys, right? So the reason why it works is because once you set it up, you get passive income from it, semi-passive. Like you're talking about maybe a couple hours a month here and there. Okay. So it's a 4-hour work week to make six-figure income, very, very multiple six-figure income. If you don't understand that even as doctors, like we doctors, we make a lot of money per hour, but we're still trading time for money, right? We still have to see the patient to make the money, right? If we don't see the patient, we don't make the money. But with corporate clients, they sleep at our property. You don't have to see them. They self-check in, self-check out. They have a problem, I would hire a manager. I have my one manager. They call my manager and she handle everything for me, right? And if you do that, you don't have to worry about anything. You still go to work and all of that. And if it's an emergency, then she contact you, or then the manager will contact.
And you find this a little bit, you find this as, I don't think there's not as much competition in this space. The other thing I'm noticing is probably Airbnb. It seems like a lot more work than an Airbnb. It seems less, like Airbnb would be more work than this, right?
20, 30 times more work. So think about it logically. The average length of stay with this is 3 to 6 months. The average length of stay with Airbnb is 3 to 6 days. So just that right there is showing you is 30 times more work with Airbnb, right? And also it's more risky because vacation rental, they're not by themselves. They want to party. They want to have fun, right? And then there's a lot of expenses as well. Just a lot of self-check, like check-in, out, cleaning, supplies, all these add up. So we did the math. If you convert a vacation rental over to corporate rental, the profit, like you save at least $1,000 a month, depending on where you're at in the country, 1,000, 2,000, just on the expenses of managing it, extra cleaning, supplies, and all of that as well. And then you have less headache.
So you've been doing this for so many years now. How many do you have?
So I have helped or like partner with my student at least 400 or 500 properties by now. So
Wow.
and we have done that. So
Fantastic.
quite a bit.
What's the negative? There's always a downside to all of this. So what are the challenges that sometimes people face when doing this business?
Yeah. So great question. The challenge is when you build this in the beginning, it does take some time because you don't have the connections or you don't have the track record to show the homeowners that you are capable or you have the track record to take over their home, right? Because their baby. That's the challenge. And also the other challenge is for you to find the corporate clients, right? Because it takes time for you to build that relationship or test out the market, finding the clients and the how to and all of that. So those are the major challenges. But we solve all that for our community because we have the track record. So the reason why we can help, somebody with brand new with no experience to go to multiple six figures within 6 months is because they leverage our track record, right? So from day one, they can say to the homeowner, hey, we are a part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We have done hundreds of these deals nationwide. So we're not just in this local area, but we have partners nationwide. So if your company, have projects in other states and all of that, we can talk to our partner and partner up with, and we have the resources to do that. So that's why we can get the property very quite easily with our track record and with the way that we communicate. That way we add value to the homeowner, right?
Tell me about the top 3 to 5 cities you think that you'd recommend.
Yeah. Great question. So we have, major cities are usually better, but even secondary market is great too, because there's not a lot of competition. So some major city, for example, like LA, Dallas, um, Austin is great too. North of like Southern Florida, like north of Miami area, that whole area is really good. Atlanta, Phoenix.
So sort of the West Coast, Southwest, East Coast.
Yeah. Boston is good too. Yeah, Boston.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like it's a strategy that can be applied to most major cities.
Yeah, most major CD, even medium-sized CD as well. Yeah.
And then how much time, like, let's say someone's going to commit to doing this for the first, they're going to just do on maybe 1 or 2 properties for the whole year. How much money is needed to get started and how much time?
So for each deal, it's gonna be 10 to 15K, depending on where you are at,
Mhm.
for the full thing. The first month rent, first month deposit, and furnitures, right? Without help, because we know like the best deal and how to negotiate and all of that. So about 10 to 15K. The average return is about 2K a month to 3K a month, but let's just say even 2K a month. So within 6 months, you should get your money back.
Yeah.
Within your first year, you should double your money, which is 100% return. By the way, there's no guarantees on this. I'm not a financial. There's not financial legal advice, right? Put it a grain of salt, but that's the return that we're able to see for our student. So, and then how much time? 4 hour a week. Yeah.
Per property.
No, 4 hour a week to make 10K a month, 10 to 20K a month. So the max is like I say 10 hours if you don't know what you're doing, but you guys are all very smart people. Smart people do things very quickly. 4 hour. I tell other students 4 to 8 hours because
Yeah.
a lot of them don't it's just not that fast, right?
That's awesome, man. Good.
Yeah.
Well, what are you into now? Obviously, you have this mastermind and you're doing all these kind of things, but what is your next projects or what are your next goals for life?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. My next goal, or always been my goal to help people transform, right? Transform for the better. And like a lot of people come in for my mastermind for the money, for the lifestyle, for the freedom, right? That's most important. But inside of it is a lot about self-actualizing, about mindset,
So let's talk
becoming
about
a better self.
self-actualization. What does that mean to you, self-actualization?
Yes, that mean that we focus on helping other people achieving their dreams and to become a better, like the best version of ourselves, basically, and to best express ourselves in the most authentic form and to help other to do the same.
do you have any routines or habits that have made you so successful in life?
Yes, I pray every day. I'm a Christian, so whatever your faith is all good. Pray to the Creator every single day or before I eat food, partake of anything. That's always helped me. And then definitely take as much sunshine as possible, and of course, like visualization, but give thanks to whatever you want as if you already receive it, because I believe that we are already son and daughter of the most living high. So everything belongs to the Father in heaven, belong to us, right?
Mm.
So we already have everything. It's just a matter of we don't believe that we deserve it. That's the biggest thing.
Hmm.
But listen, guys, there's only one of you in the last, the history of the world, millions of years, and probably billions and billions of people already. There's only one of you, right? So there's only one Vikram, Raya, ever. There's only one of you. And there will only be one of you in the future. So are you special? Absolutely, right? So, and I mean, I don't believe this form Big Bang and everything by accident and all of this, right? We are very special. Every one of us have the songs to sing, the books to write, the major amazing dream that we need to conquer and accomplish and help other and collaborate. And every one of us could be the Elon Musk, the next Steve Jobs that change people's lives, the next Warren Buffett, and I want people to really believe in themselves and to do that.
That's awesome, man. I love that. I love that powerful message you're ending with here. Good. So, a lot of people may want to get into your ecosystem and understand more about what you're doing. What's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram at Dr. Chau B&B. That's DRCHAU B&B. Or TikTok as well. I'm on the same name. Or you can just message me on Facebook. Dr. Chau Ong is my last name, ONG. And I look forward to help you every step of the way. We also give free classes every week, live classes. So bring your family. And oh, by the way, I give scholarship to all my student children as well, or nieces and nephew. So my youngest success story is a 15 years old from a single mom immigrant that he now make more money than most adult make at 15 years old, right? And I give, like, I barely train all of them for free. I love doing that. So think about your next generation, your kids, your grandkids, whoever, right? So, of course, keep the education. I love education. You be doctor, lawyer, and all of that is great. But as you know, they don't teach financial freedom or lifestyle in school. So why not get them to be around the community where they can see the possibilities, and then they can be world changer. They can still go to school, become doctor and lawyer, but do things with a bigger purpose, with a bigger passion, and help more people achieve their dreams and their freedom.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Hope you guys learned a new strategy and technique. I know I did. Midterm rentals are something very unique, and the fact that you don't have to actually own the asset, that's even better. So very cool strategy. Thank you, Dr. Chau. And guys, thank you for supporting the program, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next podcast. So until then, be phenomenal.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Limitless MD. If you found value from this episode, I encourage you to share this episode with a friend and let me know by leaving a review. For more information, make sure you check out the links in the show notes below or simply visit vikramraya.com. Until next time, be phenomenal.